Hey, everybody, Off the Mic Sports Network here, another edition of Off the Top Rope. So, Monday Night Raw, good start, really good start, really good ending. You had it was kind of bookended by, I guess they're calling it the Dangerous Alliance. They haven't given it an official name, but now we've got Paul Heyman leading Seth freaking Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. And I got to tell you guys, these guys look fucking cool together. Bronson Reed is like a fucking perfect fit. And they did a great job of explaining, hey, Seth, Paul Heyman did a really good job of explaining, hey, Bronson Reed did more damage to Seth in like 10 minutes than Roman Reigns has done in 10 years. Like, listen, they're doing everything. Like, maybe this is kind of like, a different version of Evolution because, Triple H is running this, but this is damn sure intriguing, man. Like, and they're framing Seth Rollins as like, the big time heel. And I will continue to say this for days. I love Seth Rollins to death. He is so much better as a heel. Just so much better as a dick heel because he knows he's better than everybody else. Like, even when people were singing his song, he was owning everybody when they were saying "You Sold Out." It's like, you guys are such a bunch of hypocrites. You guys were literally singing my song 5 minutes ago. They may need to explore potentially changing the song, although, it's not the worst thing in the world. I think a lot of people are overreacting to, Seth's song potentially being a thing. He's still getting booed. And adding to obviously Braun Breaker's just a freak of nature, right? Bronson Reed's a freak of nature too. So having those two guys behind him is definitely a decision. I love the way this alliance is looking. And now framing it with, CM Punk now chasing him and trying to make Seth Rollins' his life miserable. Sami Zayn, Jey Uso's involved in it too. Roman Reigns at some point is going to come back, and we're going to get to something with Seth and Roman. Obviously Seth and Punk. There's just a lot of layers to this thing that they're exploring. And I mean, we're still in the early stages of this thing and how this is going to look. But this is a fascinating direction. A lot of people have been critical of Triple H's storytelling post Bloodline, like really everybody saying, yeah, that wasn't really Triple H's stuff. This is really the first time that we're actually getting to see a, Triple H storyline long term with one of his guys, which is, let's be real, Seth Rollins is basically, like a Triple H son, really, an adopted son. Like he was the first NXT champion. This guy was there from the beginning. Triple H planted his flag and basically said, Seth Rollins is my guy. So we have known for years that he fully believes in this guy. And, sporadically over the last handful of years, like we've seen the greatness of Seth Rollins as a babyface and as a heel. But listen, he is so much better in this position here. And I'm glad that he's getting a chance to shine and really be, the dick heel. Because remember, when his other stages of when he was a bad guy was J&J Security. He had Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury running around with him. Now he's got Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman. Like, we're going to see the best version of Seth Rollins here. And I don't know where this is, but he's going to be the world champion at some point this year. I don't know when it's going to happen. He qualified for Money in the Bank. I don't think he's going to win Money in the Bank. I firmly believe that CM Punk is going to be one of the main reasons why because listen, let's get real. Seth Rollins doesn't need to win Money in the Bank. Like, he has the most famous cash-in of all time. He's one of the most famous cash-ins. Up until WrestleMania last year, he was the only guy to cash in at WrestleMania. And no disrespect to Damian Priest. Damian Priest's moment was very shocking in how that played out. Seth's was more shocking considering it closed the show. He interrupted the main event of WrestleMania, and there's a reason why they call it the heist of the century. He doesn't need to go and be in the Money in the Bank and win the Money in the Bank briefcase. There's going to be a bunch of chaos that goes on in it. I don't know if CM Punk's going to qualify for this match too, or if he's just going to ultimately just be, roaming around in the periphery and potentially just, screw over his arch nemesis. But the layers of what's going to come about of this is really, I think, going to tell the entire story of 2025 WWE. My concern is I think they're putting their eggs a little bit too much in the basket of this one story because, like, really outside of this, there's really not a whole hell of a lot going on. The John Cena heel turn has kind of been a disaster. And you saw it at Saturday night's main event. WWE's kind of getting a little bit exposed with some of their, mid card storylines are not really delivering at a high level. Um, but man, like I can't say enough good things about Seth Rollins, and I'm glad that he's getting an opportunity in this new role. And everybody thought he was going to be the forgotten piece in this whole thing with Roman and Punk and everything that has transpired over the last couple of years. He had a great world heavyweight title run, really solidified that title. Um, at some point, he's going to interact with Cody Rhodes. They've got a ton of history there. Like, this has the potential to really be something seismic for WWE if they play it right. Because not only are we talking about Seth Rollins, we're talking about making Braun Breaker the next guy. And we're talking about making Bronson Reed one of the great big guys in this company, too. So, like, I don't know if it's the Dangerous Alliance or if it's Evolution or whatever, Evolution 2.0, whatever you want to call it. This is genuinely the most interesting thing that's going on in WWE right now. And I'm glad that Seth Rollins is getting a chance to be the main character right now, the main antagonist in this whole company, because he is so much better as a bad guy than he is a good guy. I love him to death. I think we all love Seth Rollins. He is so much better as a bad guy. So this was an excellent move. They've done a really good job of building this thing over the last couple of weeks. Adding Braun Breaker to the mix. Now they've added Bronson Reed to the mix. Now what's going to come of this now is are we going to break this off into feuds? Obviously, this is going to go into Money in the Bank in a couple of weeks. However that plays out, I don't think he needs to hold the briefcase, but he's going to be the world champion. Make no mistake about it. Seth Rollins is going to be the world champion at some point this year. It's going to happen. And whenever they decide to break this whole thing off, and Braun Breaker's going to be a made man, Bronson Reed's going to be a made man. You're going to have CM Punk, who's just doing some of the best work of his career. Roman Reigns, nearing the end of his time, like because he really Roman Reigns really. Let's get real. Roman Reigns has really got nothing left to prove. He had the greatest title run maybe ever, depending on how you look at it. So again, this is just a fascinating thing to watch in real time, man. Like, it's a story that's different, and I give credit to Triple H, man. Like I said, he's taken a lot of criticism, but to go down this road and present something completely different that he's going to make this his own. And yes, it may look parallel to something that happened 20 years ago, but it's his guy, man. That's Seth Rollins is his guy. Braun Breaker, everybody in that company recognizes that Braun Breaker's the future of this thing. Another one of Triple H's guys is Bronson Reed. He brought him back, and he's made Bronson Reed as significant as he's ever been. I really can't wait to see where this goes. But this was from the start of the show with the explanation of why Reed's there, and then obviously him winning the qualifying match with Punk getting involved. Like this storyline is easily the best thing they got going right now. Easily the best thing they got going. So we'll see where everything goes, man. Anyway, I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.